To be present, we must be intentional, and to bear fruit, we must feed the soul. You're listening to Pause, Sip, and Ponder.
Three, two, one. Hello, Ponders. Welcome back to another episode of Pause, Sip, and Ponder. I'm so excited for this one. As you can see, we are not in my living room. We are in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. We are in a tiny cabin, and I really wanted to bring Mary here, get a chance to get closer, bond together after a whole year of busyness. And so I'm super excited. We do have a great game that we will be doing, a conversational deck. This is called Friends Are Human, and this is made by the company Parents Are Human. They make conversational decks for parents, for siblings, for friends, where it says deepen your relationship with your friends with 140 prompts that inspire connection, compassion, and vulnerability. It's a game that brings you closer to your friends. So I think this will be a great, perfect time to use this. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. If you're new here, please go ahead and check out after this episode what Positive and Ponder is all about. Yeah. We are a community in the DMV area, and we are dedicated to helping empower and bring together young adults, providing opportunities and resources and ways that we can grow together intentionally and mindfully. So yeah, all right, let's get into it.
Woo!
But first, how was your experience so far here?
Honestly, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The space is definitely bigger than I expected.
Maybe because we are tiny, so
that's also true.
We would survive in a place like this.
I don't mind living in something like this.
Yeah, we'll definitely put some content out for you guys to check out what the whole space looks like, but we're super excited.
Yeah, if you want to experience this too, we will leave it in the description below.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. So just a few things about this deck. So there are different colors. So there's blue cards, spark deep conversations that inspire connection, compassion, vulnerability. And the red cards are activity cards, which add elements of courage and play into the experience. I think we're just going to do the blue ones today. And then there's spice levels. So one spice is level 1. So these are cards that are light and easy. And level 2 is cards that go deep. So you can decide which one you want to answer, I guess.
Oh, this.
Yeah, so that's a spicy and not so spicy.
Nah, it's The first question is, if you could restore one relationship in your life, which would you choose and why?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ew.
I have one in mind. So
a past relationship. I don't know if I should have a specific name.
Is it like a friendship or like a... Oh.
I don't know if I have specific names of people. Maybe because I'm just too realistic. I'm like, well, whoever's in my life right now is, you know, that's where they are, and that's in whatever season that I'm in. And I always believe that, you know, don't hold grudges towards people. If it doesn't work out in a relationship, you just move on and realize that everyone's in their own individual season. So I think my answer would be like, I would love to learn more and find out, like, and catch up with people I haven't seen since like elementary school. Like, I always remember that first like best friend you would have in elementary school. I've tried like searching their name. Jade Lar, wherever you are. You went to Brookhaven Elementary School.
Dang, elementary.
Yeah. She was one of my best friends. Her family was so nice, always had me over. Yeah, provided opportunities for me to go out, and yeah, it was really nice. They had a car, so I was able to go out with them, and yeah, I just want to check up on her and see if she's doing okay. I hope she's doing okay. I don't know where she is now. Last time I remember, she lived in Gaithersburg or Germantown, but that was when I was in elementary school. Will that work? Like, will we continue to be friends? I don't know, maybe. I mean, we're completely different people now, but yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That's so true. When you say completely different people, you don't really know what they went through after you stopped like talking to them. So I'm just like,
you would have to be with them like all day to catch up on everything. Yeah. So
there is one relationship that I would want to restore, but not in a like lover way, more of like a friend way, back to how it was. I don't want to. I feel like you know who I might be talking about.
Yeah.
Because honestly, our friendship before we dated was something I really loved, and it was super genuine. And then I thought like, oh, we'll be together forever, yada yada yada. But then after we broke up, I kind of regretted like, oh, I fucked up our relationship. But I can see him like, he's doing well, so I'm always curious about like what he's doing, if I would ever reach out. But I know he's in a good spot, but I don't know if he would want to restore our friendship in a way. He's a really nice guy. And I'm sure Muk, I don't know actually. I don't know what Muk would say, but I mean,
he would have to be in the same room and be like checking on things. I don't think he'll do anything, but
conversation. But that's one of the relationships I would say.
That's really good. I mean, that takes a level of maturity to admit that you're wrong or admit that you were in the wrong. And I have a follow-up question for that. Do you think the person you were before when you were with him is the same person you are today? With that, because I'm friends with someone who was my ex, and people are like, oh, what if you guys end up being together in the future? I'm like, I'm just so different. Like, I don't think we'd even be a match, you know. At least I thought maybe at the time we were, but yeah.
I don't think I was the same. Because it was like, it was like someone who I really loved and liked. And then I guess now I'm more mature about it. I think about my actions, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have like done A, B, and C. And I understand why he was like responding a certain way, and like why we broke up. And I'm like, well, all right, well,
yeah,
that I guess is just the way of us growing up as we're getting older and understanding our actions.
Absolutely.
So.
And I think it's also fair to not expect someone to like have their arms open to us, you know, 100%, and that's okay. But yeah, I think just having that conversation, I don't know, sometimes I'm always back and forth, like, should you even bring it up to this person if you had the opportunity, you know, if you saw each other down the road, like seeing your ex, like, what do you talk about?
Just like, what do you do if you see your ex?
Yeah, these are things that you like imagine in your head while you're driving, like, what if this happened? Yeah, I've had that. So
I mean, honestly, because I think I asked him one year, I was like, oh, like, I thought things were going well, and I was like, oh, do you think we could like go back together? And then he was like, no. I'm like, oh,
true, fair.
Okay,
fair.
And I was like, you think we could become friends now?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the world will never know. If we cross paths, we cross paths.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy to see him.
Yeah. I actually kind of like the softer one. So it's, what's the best piece of advice you've given a friend? Where you're like, oh, yeah, well, maybe they did it and they followed with it and it really helped or changed their life, or you're like, oh yes, I really said that.
It's probably like simple advice, like think of yourself first and trying to please other people, and like having self-care. Just like simple advice that you can also say to yourself. So stuff like that. How about you?
I think the best advice, and I've given this recently actually to one of the ones that I mentor, and she's like my friend basically, even if she sees me as like an older sister. I told her, you have time. Like, you have a lot of time. Of course, like, every day is inevitable, but I think when I was growing up, I definitely try to rush things too fast, and I didn't cherish like my youth as much, or just, you know, having fun and do kid stuff, like, you know. So I think the best advice would be like, just to enjoy your youth. And this is what parents be telling us, but we don't know we don't care. We didn't really take to mind what that meant for us personally, but yeah, I think it's just to enjoy your youth and to not feel pressure to rush life. And I've told a lot of people that, and it's hard, it's easier said than done, but when I see them, like, for instance, break up with someone that they may have, like, wasn't the best for them, it just, I didn't you know, I don't think I was the one who caused them to break up, but it made them think about their life long term and like being intentional with their decisions and who they allow in their life. So yeah, I think that'd be mine.
Slay.
Yeah, 10.
I'm here, put it here. Next, how many should we do?
We can check at 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we would
Shit. No. I like the spicy ones.
Okay.
All right. What's the hardest truth you've had to accept?
Oh, that's me?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. One of the hardest things I had to accept was I don't have to do so much to feel loved or worthy of love. I think I grew up like as a people pleaser, and I just loved keeping the peace, and I didn't want to disappoint people, and so I would do the extra mile for people, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I had to realize in order for me to really feel whole and complete, I had to be there for myself and know what I like and know what I enjoy rather than thinking about other people's feelings first all the time. So I had to accept, or I had to learn that because of the things that I've experienced when I was younger, it caused me to be a certain way. It caused me to think a certain way or treat people a certain way. And so not all of it that, you know, of what I do necessarily is bad or detrimental to, you know, to other people, or isn't really necessarily harming anyone, but it can be harming me in the long run. Like I could find myself neglecting myself, you know. But if I didn't know that about myself, if I didn't learn what an empath was, if I didn't learn what certain traumas do to kids as they grow up, I wouldn't be able to be so aware, and I wouldn't be able to navigate through life. So I think it's really important for you to ask yourself like uncomfortable questions, and be able to accept that. Because you can, for example, you know that smoking cigarettes is really bad for you, but a lot of people still do it. So it's kind of the same way, you know. I think it says, what's the hardest truth you've had to accept? So accept meaning to receive, to really like, you know, evaluate and apply it to your life. And on the other hand, some people hear it but don't do anything about it. So once I've learned that, I started being more mindful of, you know, how much energy I put into things. I started to become more mindful of how I use my time, who I have in my life, why do I have these certain people in my life, why do I take on certain opportunities. And so it's helped me to create boundaries more.
I love that.
Thanks. What about you?
Oh my god. I guess probably the hardest. It's kind of similar to yours. It's more of like accepting that. I want to say like you can't. Yeah, I mean you can't make everybody happy in a way, and there's like a reason in the world, or like some type of like sign that they shouldn't be in your life in the long run. Even though like you've been there for them so many times, you've known them for so long, it's definitely their actions like affecting how you are. But you can't like push it aside and be like, oh, that's just them being them.
I've done that many times.
Yeah. I forgot what I meant. Like I'm trying to say like, yeah, you can't like people please in a way.
You can expect them to receive what you're giving, and yeah,
and it's, I guess, yeah, like
you can't expect it to work all the time.
No matter how much you put effort, no matter
try to save something,
you're trying to save something, or like trying to like
push through,
or like make things better. They're still gonna be like, they still can't see the effort that you're putting in, and then not reciprocating it to you.
And not that they can never not accept that, but some people, they won't appreciate it till it's not there anymore. And so that's something that we have to accept, that sometimes it involves us not even being in the equation anymore, or being a part of it for them to learn that. And that's why I feel like I always tell people that if you're going to get in a relationship, you have to consider how you are going to affect their life, not always thinking about how is this person going to benefit me, how is this person going to, you know, give me this stuff. And it's not wrong to receive stuff from someone, a friend or whatever, but I think true love or true friendships, relationships, genuine ones, you're always looking after, you know, them to make sure that you're not a stumble block in their life. You know what I mean? So self-reflection is really important.
Yeah, that's like the hardest truth. You can't make everybody happy, so it's not worth having them in your life.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Ooh, okay. Let's do spicy.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing thing you have ever done?
Wait, I don't.
I feel like every embarrassing moment you like intentionally don't want to remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, oh my god.
Maybe one that's like kind of mild that you would remember.
Mild? What the heck?
I think one of mine is in elementary school, I farted like out loud in class.
Dude.
And I like blamed the chair.
What?
And they're like, no, you didn't. That was not the chair. I'm like, you did it for sure. I'm like, no, I didn't. Yeah. But also, I think, within that same year, I also tripped in class in front of everyone.
That's funny.
Because there was a spider, like, hanging from the ceiling in the portables.
The spider in the portables.
It was so embarrassing.
Well, it is kind of embarrassing. Okay. It was like, in the office, I kept eating like all of the chocolate because there's like a little chocolate thing in our office space, and I'm usually the one who eats all of it. So then there were like they were refilling it, and then they said something along the lines of like, "Oh, Meredith's gonna eat all of it." I'm like, no. I think my face was so red that day. I'm like, no, don't say that. I let you guys have some, but I eat the rest.
That was your response?
I was like, no, guys, what are you talking about? I just know I was super duper red.
Yeah.
But I know it's a joke. It's like an inside joke in our office.
Yeah.
But I thought, I just felt embarrassed.
They're like, dang, girl.
Yeah, because they noticed how much I ate. I'm like, oh, dang it.
Did that cause you to be subconscious about...
No, I still eat it.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I still eat the chocolate in the office. But I thought, that was like a little embarrassing.
Sure, it probably caught you off guard, but it's facts. Like
They know
I would be eating
eat
it.
all of it. But I think it's just like them calling it out. I was like, oh, they got
This
me.
is Mary.
Whoops.
She's the one who eats all the chocolate.
Don't blame me. It's for the office, right?
Or everyone hides their chocolate from you.
Bro, I'm part of the
They like
office.
to put it in their desk.
Hey, what's that in your drawer? Can I have some?
You rat.
We'll do a less spicy one.
Okay.
Okay, this one is what never fails to make you laugh.
Oh my gosh. I think Gil, for sure. And his head's gonna be so big after I admit that he's a funny guy. Because I really try my best to not laugh all the time because I want to humble him. But everyone knows he's funny. Like, he is contagious. He's just, a ball of laughter. And the moment that he laughs, his laugh specifically, and if you know him personally, you'll know, it just causes you to laugh and you don't even know what you're laughing about. But I think, him saying some messed up stuff, I'm not gonna lie, or act like just crazy never fails to make me laugh. And I think it's worse when like you know you shouldn't be laughing at that stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
But you can't help it. But yeah, I think that would be it. I don't know if I can say any specific.
I don't need
right
to.
Now. Yeah, that's all I can think about now. Or if it's something else, it would be like The Office. Like, I'm always having The Office rolling in the background, even if I'm not watching it, just because, it's just so funny. I know every line, and even if I know it, there's comfort in it, knowing that's a comfort show. And then, if I'm feeling down, like I turn to The Office to, make me laugh. So,
Slay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like, because we're in the same lane, because Muck also never fails to make me laugh. But
if your significant other doesn't make you laugh, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I feel like our significant others a completely different kind of laugh because
like
it's
foolery.
out of pocket, you know,
very out of pocket.
those friends that, you know, send specific stuff to specific people, but that's just our circle.
Yeah.
But definitely, if I do need something to laugh at, and if Muck Muck isn't there, it's just a lot of the commentary videos that, like, those reaction videos that people comment on. Yeah. So like Cody Ko, Noel Miller, and like simple stuff like that. Or if it's something on Instagram that Muck Muck sends me. Like the guy with the Filipino.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the teacher's like, why are you screaming?
Oh my god.
Like, that stuff is so funny.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it makes me laugh.
But I just love how the people that I have in my life, we have a specific humor. And if you can hang, you can hang, man. Like,
Yup.
Yeah, I feel like only some will understand, but
Yeah, if you know, bro.
They're both very good, but
Okay.
we'll do this spicy one. What's the most scared you've ever been in your life, and what happened? Ooh. Besides trauma, that's another thing. I think it was more of like I was trying to face my fear. But so there's Gil, Bailey, and I went hiking one day, and I forgot what it was called, but there are big boulders that has a gap in between that some people jump. Ooh, just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And keep in mind, I'm 4'11", so taller people make it look easier. And so Gil and Bailey did it, and I don't know, something in me was like, you gotta try. You gotta try. If you don't, you're gonna regret it later. But this is like, their legs are half or more than half, right? More than half than what I have, and so it was easier for them. They literally just like stepped over, but I had to like sprint and jump. And I was like, and Gil was literally like, you don't have to do it. But I was so, I don't know, I was so stubborn. I really wanted to prove something to not just them, maybe them, but also myself. And so, yeah. And I jumped over, and I landed on Gil because he wanted to catch me just in case.
Sweet.
And so he caught me, but oh my gosh, it was so gnarly. Like, if he wasn't there to catch my fall, I would have probably busted my knee open. Yeah. Yeah.
That's scary. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And so I did it. I was like, woo! I did it! And then, oh my gosh, the adrenaline. And then later that week, I think, like, someone had, like, done the same thing and had, like, busted their head open. Yeah. Oh, and so I was like, well, I'm never gonna do that again, but I'm glad I did. So that was probably one of the most scary things, but I faced my fear. So yeah.
Oh my God, busting your knee open. Oh, that reminded me about my knee injury. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what I want to talk about for mine. I think for mine was probably when I got in an accident with Muck Muck.
Oh my God.
In his car. Most of the impact on the accident was on my side, and it was really scary because, I mean, luckily I only had like a small cut on my lip from like the mirror. I think it was from the mirror.
So the mirror broke.
Yeah, it was like the whole car was totaled. So it was like the mirror, the like airbags went off, and I was really scared for Muck Muck instead of me because he was the one who was driving. He was the one who's gonna be impacted more than me. And I know, like, our lives after that wasn't it was the same, but I think the day after the accident, it was my first time driving, and I was driving to his house, and I got scared, like, just driving in my own car, and I was like, because I was like paranoid that something bad was gonna happen to me. But he learned his lesson. So
oh my gosh, I would have killed you.
I'm just like, we're here, like, you know, like, the impact of the car was like on my left side, so I couldn't get up.
Wow, you were really saved that day. Did
it
flip?
No. If it like, it swerved around a what is that called? The, like, wire poles.
Oh yeah, the post.
Like, the post poles. Yeah, it swerved around that, and I'm just glad that I didn't really get, like, anything dislocated.
So you didn't hit a car?
Oh, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like. Hold on. It was like, this is the car, and then this is a curve. So I saw it happen too, because we were getting really close to a car. Muck went, choo, pew.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Wait, so the light post
this guy was going this way?
Oh no, it was a parked car.
Oh, no one was in it.
No one was in it.
And the other car was totaled?
No, his car was totaled. I don't know what happened to that car. We don't go down that road anymore. Sometimes I peep through, I'm like, I wonder what they're doing. But it was a parked car, and I saw it on my side, like, oh my god, we're gonna hit the car, and then went. Phew.
Oh, so you're speeding?
Yeah. I'm glad that we're okay. And
yeah.
He learned from his mistakes.
You're trying to show off?
I don't know.
Oh
that
my
day.
god! Wow. How long did it take for you to kind of drive without being scared?
It took maybe that month. Because I felt weird being in my car, but I also had to take the responsibility of taking him to work. So it wasn't as scary because I still had to drive with him. And I told him what happened. That the first time I was driving, he was apologizing, I'm so sorry, I got you through that, and it'll never happen again. I understand my actions, so I'm okay.
Look, we're glad you're in one piece.
No,
I like the other one, but it's
one?
just so funny.
This?
Yeah.
Okay. This one says, what's causing you the most stress right now? How are you working through it?
Jeez!
Nothing. Sorry,
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
gosh.
All right, Pauline.
I will say that last year I was super stressed because I knew a new transition was coming, change was coming, and that can be very stressful. And so naturally for me personally, what my mind goes to immediately is planning and thinking of the worst things that could happen, and thinking of the precautions and the consequences and what I would have to do for the future. And so that is very stressful for someone who feels the need to know what to do next. That can be a very stressful thing, and I went through it. God allowed me to go through that moment of just trying to handle it by myself, and it just, everything that came after that moment panned out in ways that I didn't expect, or panned out in different ways where I'm wow, I didn't really need that load of stress or that load of preparing, although preparing is fine. It's, at the end of the day, things are inevitable. You can only control so much, and a lot of great things happened last year, especially in terms of Pause and Ponder. And so I think I learned my lesson for that. But of course, now this is a new year, new opportunities, new people I would meet. I think not wanting to mess up can be something that can stress me out. But it's not too much to the point where, where I'm having breakdowns like last time. So yeah, and I think right now I would just say I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's super bad. I think it's just also in ways helping me just really think about things, think about life intentionally. And so I wouldn't say stress. There may be a little bit of pressure, but I don't know what my life would be if I didn't have pressure. You know what I mean? I don't know what my life would be if I didn't have a little bit of stress. If you're not stressed, that's great for you and all, but if I'm not stressed, if I feel like something bad's not bad, but I'm not being challenged in my life, how much are you growing then? You know what I mean? So so I think it will always be me being worried. It will be me being worried about what's gonna happen next and how it's gonna pan out, but that's just life, and that's humans in general. It's hard not to think about the future so much, but I'm getting better at it, and just enjoying the moments that I have with people and who I have now, and just working with what I have, which is something I've always been able to do. But we go through moments where it's you don't trust yourself, you doubt yourself, you doubt what could happen, but I learned through it, so it's not the worst in the world. I'm in a way different lifestyle in life today than I was before, but I wouldn't have been able to if I didn't continue to go through the stress and continue to work through it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think signs of stress or doubt, that just shows you care a lot, and you want to make sure that things are working out, and like being ready for what's coming. So I mean, I like to think as like stress is a good sign, but you just have to get through it knowing that you care so much into putting whatever you're putting down.
I think it's called eustress with the EUSTRESS. I learned that in psychology.
What the?
But I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
I've never heard that word before.
Yeah, but it's true. Like if you don't feel any type of stress or challenge, it's good to consider like what do you want to do? You know, I feel like we should always. I mean, change always happens, so you might as well go with the change and grow with it rather than feeling stuck and not doing anything about it. So yeah. What about you?
For me, probably the most stress right now is I'm very I want my like career, like my passion to actually, well, not actually, but it's good, it's getting somewhere, but I want it to progress more. Definitely with like other projects, with the podcast, with like my like interview stuff. I want to make sure that it's doing well and it continues to grow. But probably putting it to the side a lot. I know that I procrastinate. I notice I've been procrastinating a lot, but it's like, it's that feeling of, I can do it like later. I'll do it later. I'll do it when this, and this happens. But now I'm trying to just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I'm trying to just like, kidding. I'm just trying to get things done instead of waiting for it too long. Because since if it'll linger too much, I wouldn't want to do it anymore, or I think it's like a waste of time. So actually getting myself to start like editing, start doing some research for the project I'm doing, it'll get me more motivated and I'll feel better after I do what I wanted to do instead of like waiting for it to the side, especially with laundry. So I just finished putting all my laundry away yesterday and I felt better. So
procrastination. I feel like when something is new, like a new type of task and you've never done it before, it causes me to procrastinate because you'd rather like lessen the chance of like messing it up. So you just don't do it. So yeah. But actually in return, like vice versa, like you've taught me to not think that I have to do it today, that I don't have to accomplish everything today, but you can do it throughout the week. But of course there has to be balance. So there's a spider on the wall.
Oh my god, where?
The ladder right there. Here, I'll get it.
What? Wait!
You want to come with me, guys? No! I'm going to throw it outside.
Oh.
It's not...
Oh my god, it's black. Nothing against black spiders, but... Wait, okay. Okay. Hold on.
It jumps.
Stop, no, don't say that. Oh god.
Let me go closer.
It's going fast, it's fast. Oh, it's on your shoe. Okay. I thought you were joking.
No, I wasn't.
Oh my god. Is it dead?
Yeah, she's dead.
She did.
I'm sorry, guys, for anyone who cares about spiders, but...
No, we ain't spider lovers over here, bro.
I don't think it was a...
How long did you notice that it was there?
Well, I didn't want you to... I didn't want to interrupt your story. All right, we're back in business.
Guys.
After Spider wanted to get some camera time with us.
Oh my god.
Wanted to play with us. Aww.
What is it? I'm scared. What the? Holy, I'm scared. What the?
What could others learn from our friendship? This is a good one.
Y'all wish you were us. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, I have to go first.
That's how I hit you after like.
Yeah, I was like, what? What is it? Is it bad? Oh, wait. Okay, wait. I mean, I love our friendship. That's the thing.
What do you think it worked out? Okay, keep in mind, guys, we've been friends since 3rd grade.
Yeah. And then
apparently, I think I don't. Maybe we knew of each other like earlier, but I think officially it was like 3rd, 4th grade,
I don't remember.
I think.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think our friendship progressed a lot when we were in college. Because we knew of each other. Oh, well, this is what I think. We knew of each other, and like, I was like, every time I see her, like, oh yeah, I'm like happy to hang out with Pauline, whatever. But definitely when we started hanging out more in college,
That's true.
I think our like bond was getting stronger because we continued seeing each other and kept contact and like staying like connected. So now it's like this, and we're in a small cabin.
Yeah, and I
So-
think because like you know you have those friends that are like childhood family friends, so like you'll always see them at parties, like you'll always see them at gatherings.
Yeah.
But within that time, you don't really have, at least when we were young, you don't really have conversations like we do now. And so yeah, we knew of each other, we were in each other's lives, we had fun moments. But you really get to know someone deeply when you're like in a setting like talking about school or career and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm grateful. She was the one who gave me rides to school when we were freshmen in college. Yeah, and so I'm grateful.
Probably, okay, I think I have one. Like, one thing that people can learn from our friendship is to definitely celebrate and support their passions. Like, you don't want to have that feeling of jealousy towards your friend because that's like your friend. So what's the point of trying to like take them down to your level and not praise them for what they did and not giving them the support that they're expecting. So definitely making sure that you're also praising everyone else or your friends' success than having them praise yours.
That's so true. Because I know people who've I used to know like people who were best friends and like they were always together, but deep inside like they were showing actions of envy and like not really supporting each other and only it was transactional. Yeah. So there are relationships like that, and if you're in that type of relationship, I'm sorry, I don't know if it'll last. Maybe reconsider. No, that's a good one. I think another one would be communication. Is key. And I was actually really nervous of how it was going to be after I put Mary on Positive and Ponder, because I've never worked with anybody else besides myself when it came to this brand. And it's always tricky, or at least from what people would tell us or what we would see, like working with your best friend or working with your partner, your romantic partner. Like it could be a slippery slope, but I think we strengthen each other, and I think we feed off each other and ideas bounce off each other, and I think we just overall have the same vision in mind. And so even if we may not agree or we don't see eye to eye, which is not very often, she pretty much knows what goes in my mind before I even do it. Like she'll plan things for me. I'm like, how did you know?
Hey.
Yeah. So I think it's just looking after each other, and also I think there has to be some level of separation sometimes, like to allow each other to grow. I mean, with our circumstances, we live a little bit farther from each other. We have our own lives. We're adults. And I think that's just something you have to accept. But when you see them, you try to make it the most special, the most memorable moments when you are able to spend time with them. And so, I think we have that understanding, like you got to do your stuff, I got to do my stuff. We're Positive and Ponder, but I always make sure that she stays on top of her stuff too, and that I'm not a hindrance to her when it comes to her creative ideas, honestly, because she's the one who inspires me to keep going. So I think just being able to have that balance, and I think that's it.
I think out of like all the friendships I have, I think ours is probably the most healthy.
I love healthy.
Yeah, because there's times when we're like butting heads, but then at the end we're like, oh, I don't want to be mad at you anymore. So we'll like make up and like we'll have an understanding between each other. Like, oh, I understand why you're feeling this way, so I'll make sure to do it. I'll make sure to like be more aware of it if there's something like that happens another time.
Yeah.
So still talking about like communication. Yeah. And like having some understanding between two people. And
we're both individuals who are still growing and still learning a lot of things, and I think a good relationship is not teaching someone how to be, how to act necessarily, but you knowing that, that this will better them and also better the relationship. And so, just keeping each other accountable. I think that's the word, is keeping each other accountable, and not forcing each other to do certain things or act a certain way, talk a certain way, but just being of encouragement, because you don't want them to fail. You know what I mean? You don't want your friend to be embarrassed. Oh my gosh, there are some people who like overly do it, like embarrass their partners in front of people, like in public or friends, and I don't believe in that. I think a healthy relationship is you are protecting each other, you are guarding each other, you don't want to harm each other. And then I think the one last one for me would be to not take life so seriously all the time. Like we still bond over like the things that we would listen to, when we were kids. And we say like really dumb meme jokes. And I think you don't want to have like relationships that are too serious all the time. And I think that's why we've lasted very, strongly with our significant others today, is because they bring the childish character of us. And I think that's a safe place, actually. I think you mentioned this to me before, like when we talk about things of our childhood or laugh about things back then, like it brings like safety. You feel secure and warm, and it's really nice to have friends that are like that. So
that was a good way to end. I love you.
I love it so.
Oh my god.
Well, that was really fun, guys. We really enjoyed that. Big shout out to Parents Are Human, and for this card that we used, Friends Are Human. We highly recommend. I really wanted to get this on the podcast, and hopefully one day we can have the owner, CEO. I forgot your name. But really, because I love nitpicking, the people who start things like this, ways that we can become closer with one another, build empathy towards each other. This is what is going to help, change the world. And we won't change it in 24 hours, obviously, but through conversation, you'll never know how it can change, relationships, connections in the long run. It brings healing, it brings encouragement, empowerment. And so we will definitely leave the link below of all their products. And it's so cool because the owner's parents is the ones who hand package all of the things. And so he basically retired them, and so they're just enjoying the blessing, the fruits of this company. And I 100% support them so much, and I'm so glad that I got 3 packs actually from their store. So thanks guys for listening, and I really enjoyed this. Hopefully in the future we get to do a little bit more destination podcasts. That'll be really fun. So if you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe, share with anyone you think who would gain value from this. If you're in the DMV area, please reach out, connect with us, get involved in the community. If you've been involved with Positive and Ponder and have gained value from it, please do consider being a monthly donor. We are a nonprofit, and we just really want to support those who are eager and ambitious, and those who desire to create a positive impact in our community. Please let anyone know that you think who would benefit from Positive and Ponder. Please go check out our social medias, follow us on there, and please also sign up to our email list so you can be up to date with all the things that are happening from events and all that. I don't know when this will come out, but we do have big plans. 2 of my biggest plans is to start a financial literacy program for young adults, so that we can, what is it? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Slay! He said that.
And just be financially wise, and be able to not just for us to have financially free lives, but also so that we can return, the blessing to other people, and be able to share, the things that money can bring into our lives. And so that, and also we have a young women's retreat, 1-day retreat happening on March 30th. We are starting the campaign and fundraising for that now, or very soon. So keep an eye on for that. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one, guys. We love you so much. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you, Mary, for your support. We appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to always love, to always be curious, and to always ponder. Bye.